Hi everyone, my name is Nargis Nasreen and we are here to solve another question on SQL, and today is day 64 of solving 100 questions on SQL. So the question we are going to solve today is player with longest streak, and this question got asked in Google and Amazon. So the question is, you are given a table of tennis players and their matches that they could either win or lose. Find the longest streak of wins. A streak is a set of consecutive matches of one player. The streak ends once a player loses their next match. Output the ID of the player or players and the length of the streak. Okay, so what we have to do in this question, we have to find out uh, their win streak of each player. And then we have to find out the longest streak and those players who has made those longest streak. Okay, so this is what we have to do. Let's see the table. So this is the table that is player underscore results. We have player ID, match date, and match result. So let me do one thing. I am going to order by player ID and match date. Now let's run this. So here what we have. So we have arranged it. So now we can see for player ID 401, this is the match date, and this in this match is a winning match. Okay. So here the streak value is going to be what? If streak value is going to be 1. Okay. Then after that, there are matches that are lost. Then we have again here, the streak here is going to be 2 because it is consecutive that these two matches, the player has won and then the next match is not a win match. Then if we see down, then for player ID 402, if we see uh, here the 5 matches are winning matches and then the next match is loss. Okay, the player has lost this game. Okay, so here the streak value is going to be 5. Okay, so like this, what we have to do, we have to find out the streak value. Okay, and then we have to find out the longest streak and then the players who has made those longest streak. Okay, so let's do this. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, I'm going to create a new column where I'm going to write down case when match result equals L, then 1, else 0, and as match loss. Let's run this. So here what I've done, I have created a new column that is match loss, and I'm giving 0 value to win matches and 1 value to lost matches. Okay. Now I want to find out how many matches a player has lost. Okay. So for example, here, this is the first loss. This is the second loss. Now, this will goes under second. This is the third loss, fourth loss. This will go under 4. Okay, fourth group, then fifth loss, sixth loss, seventh loss. Oh no, still here only we have to count for 401. So for each unique player ID, what I am going to do, I am going to order on match date so that we have proper winning streak and the matches lost. And then I am going to find out how many matches they have lost from the beginning. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for now. Okay, so let's do this. So what I'm saying, I'm going to write down the same thing first. I'll copy from here to here. Let me put this here. And then what I'm going to do, like I'm counting the losses, right? So every time there is a loss, it will get sum up by 1. So first loss value will be 1, second loss value will be 2, third loss value will be 3, and so on. So we are summing it. So I'm going to write down sum. And I will use window function so that because I want to do it for all the rows. Okay. So I will use over clause, and here I will partition it on each player ID. So I'm going to write down partition by player ID and order by match date. Okay. Next thing I'm going to write down. See what I'm saying, that if this is the first loss, the value will be 1. if this is the second loss, this is going to be 1 plus 1, value is going to be 2. If this is a third loss, again 1 plus all sum from the beginning till here is going to be 3. This is the fourth loss, so sum from beginning till here is going to be fourth loss. Okay, so what I'm doing, every time a loss is encountered, I'm summing the values from the beginning till the loss value, the current loss value. So here I am going to write down rows between unbounded, preceding, and current row. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm summing all the values wherever the loss is encountered from the current row, from the first row to the current row. Okay, from the first row, that is unbounded preceding means from the first row to the current row. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. And let's name this as GRP, like we are creating groups. Okay, so let's run this. So you see here, so this value is 0 because the value is 0. This is the first loss. So from the first row till the current row, sum is going to be 1. Okay, again second loss. So from the first row, the value is for this, the value is 1 for this because we have written the case statement, right? So for this value is 1, for this value is 1. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2. Okay, this is the third loss. So again, value from the beginning. Okay, from here till here, the sum is going to be 3. For this, sum is going to be 4. And the win value will get the same as the loss value. Unless a loss is encountered, then only its value will change, that the group will change. Otherwise, the win will get the same value as the loss, as the previous loss. Okay, so this is what we have done. So now you are understanding how these values are coming as 1, 2, 3, 4 because we are summing all the losses value from the beginning to the current row. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now let me do one thing. We do not need this column. I just put it here for your understanding. So I'm going to remove it. Okay. Now let me run this again. Okay, so we have created groups. So now what we are going to do, for each player ID, okay, for each player ID, for 401, and for each unique group, I am going to count how many win streaks are there. For example, for 401, if I take only win matches, I do not take loss matches, I only take win matches. Like that is this one. So this belongs to group 0. So in group 0, only one value is going to be there because there is only one win match. This is in group 1, there is no win matches. So we are here group 2. In group 2 as well, there is only one win match. So the value is going to be 1. Here in fourth group, there are 2 win matches. So the value is going to be 2 for fourth group. Okay. So what I'm doing for unique player ID and for unique group, I'm finding how many win matches are there. Okay. This is the second thing we are going to do. For each unique player ID, under each group, how many win matches are there. Okay. So let me show you how to do this. So for this, I'm going to write down common table expression. So I'm going to write down with CTE as, here I'm going to write down select star from CTE. This is going to give us the same table. Okay. Now, what I said, I am going to do it for unique player ID and unique group. So I'm going to do group by because whenever we have to do something unique, we do use group by. So I'm going to write down group by player ID and group. Okay. So here I'm going to write down player ID, comma, group. Okay. So if I'm going to run this, what it is going to give us? So here we are getting groups. For 401, they are this group 0, 1, 2, 3. But we do not have to take all. We have to take only those matches where the value is W. Okay, because we have to find out for each player ID, under each group, how many win matches were there. We do not have to worry about the matches that are lost. We have to do it for win matches. So I'm going to put a condition here where match result is equal to W. Okay. Now let's run this. If we are going to run this, we will not, so it's, we are seeing zeroth group, second group, because we saw before that in the first group there was no win matches, so that is why. Okay, because we have put the condition that we are only doing it for win matches. So 1 is not coming, 3 is not coming, so these are the groups under which the win matches are coming. Okay, now next what we are going to do here, we are going to count. Okay, under, for each player ID under each group, how many matches were there that is the win matches. So for this, I'm going to write down count star, and that is going to be what? Streak. So I'm going to name this as streak. Let's run this. So see, under zeroth group, 1 streak. Under second group, 1 streak. Under fourth group, 2 streak for 402. Under second group, 5 streak for 403. Under one group, first group, 5 streak. Okay, and so on. So this is what we have found till now. Okay, now we have to find out those players who has made the longest streak. Okay, for example, let's see the longest streak here is 5. And we can see, yeah, 5 is the longest streak. So, and we can see it is only made by 402 and 403. So we have to find out these player ID and the streak value. Okay, so what we are going to do here? So here we are going to find out, first we have to find out the longest streak value and then the corresponding player ID for that who has made those streaks. So here I'm going to use another CTE. So I'm going to write down CTE2 as select star from CTE2. Let's run this. We are getting the same thing. Okay. Now here what I'm going to do, here I'm going to select player ID and streak from this where streak is the maximum streak. So the maximum streak is what? The maximum streak is 5. So how we are going to get this value? So we are going to write down, we have this value in CTE table. No, we have this value in CTE2 table. So we are going to write down select, we are using subquery here, max streak from CTE2. So this is going to give us what? This is going to give us 5. Okay. And then we are selecting player ID and streak value from CTE2 table where streak value is 5. Okay. So only these two rows will get filtered. Okay. Now let's run this. Yeah. So we are getting player ID 402 and player ID 403 and the streak value as 5 and 5. Okay. So yeah, this is the query that we have used to solve this problem. This is a very interesting problem. Here what we have done, first of all, we went to this route that we are finding out how many, for each unique player, how many matches they have lost. Okay. Using this, what we have done, we have created groups. Okay. And then we filtered out those matches which are, who are the won matches. Okay. The matches that are the winning matches. We filtered out those matches. Okay. And then for unique player ID and unique groups, we find out how many matches was like the one match, the number of one matches, and that is as a streak. Like in each group, if number of one matches is 2, so 2 is the streak value. So like this, we got the streak value for each player ID and in the group. Then from there, we find out the maximum streak using this query. And then we passed it in the condition to find out those player ID and the streak value, which is maximum. Okay. And this is giving us player ID 402 and player ID 403. And this is the value of maximum or the longest streak. Okay. So yeah, this is the query. Now let's see the expected output. So yeah, in the expected output as well, we have 402 and 403. So it is matching. Now let's submit our solution. And our solution got accepted. So yeah, this is the solution that we have used. This is a little bit different from the problem that we have solved till now. So you might have to watch this again to understand what we are actually doing. Okay, but still, if you face any problem, you can ask in the comment section. If you have more solution to this, you can put that too in the comment section. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. If you like this video, keep liking. Do not forget to subscribe. Bye bye.